Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today I'm doing a tag and I haven't done a tag. Have I ever done a tag? I feel like I have. Yes, I did one tag, I think, out of all the years I've been doing YouTube now, and I was really excited about this tag. Jacqueline Hill created it, and I want to do it. So here I am for the Ride or Die tag. Basically, it is your top favorites in each category. If you could only have one, which one would you choose? Which was actually really hard for me because I love so much. So I took the time to really think about these, and I have some awesome products to tell you about. The first category is primer, and I chose this one because I've purchased it the most and I just use it in so many ways, so it's more than a primer in my opinion. It is the L'Oreal Magic Lumi. I mean, this one I actually had to pick out of the trash. I have my little bag. I hope to be doing an empties video soon. I've never done one of those because I just feel like that's ridiculous to keep your trash, but it's kind of a fun video, so I do want to do one. So I picked this out of the trash because it is bone dry, and this is probably my third one, and I have to get another one, so that shows you how much I love it. It is more of an illuminating primer if you're going to use it underneath your foundation or mix it in your foundation. I also have used this as just a highlighter. You know, I'll just pat it into the areas that I want to get more of an impact. Next up is foundation. Now, actually, I found this one to be very difficult because I love so many foundations. I have some awesome ones that I would consider my holy grail, but this one, honestly, if I had to think about the versatility of a foundation, if I want to go for full coverage, if I want to go for a very light, minimal day, if I want something long wearing, you know, yada, 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 I have to choose this one. It's MAC Face and Body. This, just for me, is perfect because it is very long wearing, because it is, you know, a water resistant, or I don't know if it's considered waterproof, but I've had this for a long time. I actually shook it up, but it is almost done. I always get the small ones because I can't go through the larger one unless I'm using it on a client, but always get the small one. You'll save a little money. But anyways, this is perfect because it can be such a sheer coverage, but it can be built up to give more of a full coverage. And honestly, I think it gives just the right amount of coverage, and then you just go in with the concealer for other areas, and it feels nice on the skin. I never break out from it, and yeah, I forgot how much I loved this, and when I was sitting down going through everything, I just thought this is awesome, and you don't hear too many people talk about it anymore. It's kind of lost that cult following and discussion and in everyone's favorites because all you're hearing about is some newer ones that are out, but I have to go with the oldie on this one. It's so good. Concealer. Now this one is actually new to me, but hands down, it shot right up to my favorite concealer of all time, and it has to go to Tarte's Shape Tape. I've only been using this for what, like a month and a half maybe? And maybe a month. It's just everything I want. It is super full coverage, but actually if you go very light with it, you can kind of sheer it out too. So it gives you more versatility. I need to get the light medium because this one is just so brightening, and if I want something closer to my skin tone, I need that. But it's always sold out at Ulta. I can't get my hands on it. These are so popular right now with good reason, and I think my biggest reason for it to be my favorite is it doesn't look crepey under the eyes, and I don't necessarily have to set it. I can actually get away without setting this concealer, and that says a lot because I always have to set every concealer I've ever used. So yeah, definitely if you haven't tried this, I know you've probably been hearing a lot of people talk about it, but with good reason because it's awesome. Okay, so the next one is face powder, and actually we'll just scoop into the next one too. There are two powder ones, so it's face powder and under eye setting powder. I do have two separate ones, and actually one I do use for both on occasion too. The face powder, I chose the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium. I've used, I mean, it doesn't even have the little bump anymore. I've used this to death. I can't even believe I haven't hit pan. These last so long, and You can use them as a foundation. You can use them as just a powder lightly all over the face. They give more of a skin-like appearance. They're not going to be super dry on your skin. I think that's why I like it so much, because sometimes powder can just make me look too dry or just kind of sit on the top. This melts into the skin. It's gorgeous. I've always loved this. And this one actually I've used all over the face, and I've used this a lot more, and I kind of have stepped away from this MAC product, but it's the RCMA No Color Powder. I mean, it's just so good. It's inexpensive. You get so much in here, and I can use this all over the face and under the eyes. It has no color to it, so it doesn't really matter what skin tone you are. It's gonna work for you. It's so light. I mean, this powder, you put your brush in and things kind of just go poof. So it can be a little messy in this container, but I don't care. Okay, on to blush. This one was hard too. A lot of this stuff was hard, but I went with the one that I use the most and has most versatility to it, and it had to go with the Tarte Exposed Blush. This one is perfect because it's kind of like a nudie brown shade, and it goes well with no matter what lip color you're wearing, no matter what eye color. It's kind of just like a staple in my collection, and I always go for this if I'm not quite sure which blush I want to pair with the look. Next up we have bronzer, and this one had to go to Tarte too. I actually realized I have a lot of Tarte in here. It's a great brand, so not surprised there, but it is the Tarte Amazonian Clay, the matte bronzer in Park Ave Princess. I've had this forever, and I've stopped using it just because I needed to give some of my other bronzers and a couple new ones that I tried some love, but this is just a perfect color. And honestly, everyone talks about the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. Everyone talks, here's the color right there. Everyone talks about so many other like cult favorites, but I never really hear a lot of people talk about this, and it is the best. Okay, so on to highlight category, which I love my highlighter. Ultimately, when I went to choose, I just grabbed the one that I wanted and thought, oh, okay, I guess this one is my favorite. It was kind of like a no-brainer, but then I thought about the other ones, and I love them all. This one, right to the heart. I knew I needed to choose this one, and it's MAC Shell. This, I mean, it's so beat up. My finger indentations all in there. If, you know, this one's hard because I do love powder highlights, but there's something about this that when you put it on your skin, you look like you're just glowing and beaming, and it just hits the light perfectly. It looks like skin. It's so good, and it's one that can be built up too, so it doesn't have to be so wabam, but it leaves that like wet look on your cheeks that I love. It's right there, and I've always been into more pinky tones, and this one is just right. You can actually use these all over the lid, I think, too, as like an eyeshadow base. Okay, mascara. Okay, I have two because I use two different mascaras. Yes, I'm a little high maintenance like that, but I have a bottom lash one and a top lash mascara. So the bottom lash, hands down, went to the Clump Crusher. I did used to really like the NYX little skinny mascara one, but I think that this almost grabs and grips the lashes so much more. I don't even use the waterproof one. This is just the Clump Crusher Extensions one, and it's got a little plastic one that kind of looks like a little half moon. That one for the bottom lashes, and then I have one that I haven't been using for very long that I wanted to say was my Ride or Die, but I kind of felt like I was cheating on this product because I've repurchased this so many times and I love it. It's the CoverGirl Supersizer. It's so good. I love this mascara, and I was thinking about the other one that I love, which is probably no surprise. It's the one that I can't pronounce, Doucce. It's the Maxlash Volumizer Mascara. It's the one that we got in the BoxyCharm unboxing a couple months back. I can't stop using this. It is so good for my lashes, but This is hard to find. You can only buy it online. And I've had this one for so long. Well, not this particular one, that'd be gross. But I've repurchased this a bunch of times. I use this on other people. If I'm doing friends' makeup, I grab this one over anything. It's just more accessible. So honestly, as much as I love that one, it's just harder to find. So I had to choose this one because it's drugstore and it's fabulous. Next up is lipstick, and this one I kind of split into two categories because honestly, I don't wear like a full-on lipstick every single day. I don't wear makeup all the time. So I split this up into two little categories of lipstick. One for my favorite lipstick, my go-to if I'm doing, you know, a regular makeup look, and that one goes to MAC Syrup. Now this one, I still haven't gotten a new one. If you've been watching my videos, you've heard the story. I dried it, I put it through the wash, and it went through the dryer, and it's completely smushed and nasty in there, and I still haven't gotten a new one because I could just use this with a lip brush. But MAC Syrup is awesome. I love this lipstick. Let's see. That's the color right there. It's actually similar to what I'm wearing, but this one's more full-on opaque and more like a browny grayish shade. This one comes off a little bit more pink. Here, I'll do a little swatch. I'm sure you know what this color looks like, but I kind of feel like I should do swatches. Oh, this is so gross. I really need a new one. So there is the color right there. It's kind of just like a mauvey, purpley pink shade. It's so pretty. But for days where I'm not wearing any makeup, but I need something on my lips, maybe like a little balm or something, I've burned through a couple of these already. I love it. It's the Color Riche Balm from L'Oreal, and this one's in Rose Elixir. I love this for every day. I still have a tiny little bit left. This is going to be going in my empties, and it's perfect. I don't know if you'll be able to see the color. It's so like sheer, but this almost looks like a gloss. It's right there, and it looks like a gloss on the lips. It makes things look so juicy. It's the perfect little pink shade. The liquid lipstick category, which I've tried a lot of liquid lipsticks, but to be honest, I don't love them. I don't wear them often. I'll wear them for tutorials. I'll wear them on occasion, but they're not my go-to. I find that I have a lot more like wrinkles in my lips, and my lips can get so dry from them. But if I were to choose out of all the ones I've tried, which one that I just am obsessed with, and if I'm gonna wear most of the time, it's Ofra, and it's the Havana Nights with the Kathleen Lights collab. I love this liquid lipstick. The formula is not too drying. Out of all the ones I've tried, this one's not bad. The color is basically perfection. I did a tutorial not too long ago actually using this color. I'll link it below. Look at that. It's full-on opaque color, and that color screams fall to me, and I'm ready for it. For gloss, this one's definitely my favorite, and I have a couple. I mean, it's not like the color specifically is my favorite. It is the actual brand. It's the Buxom Full-On Lip Creams. And I don't know if this is considered a gloss because it's more of like a cream, but it's still glossy, and I love the formula. And actually, honestly, if I were to just choose just the Buxom line for their full-on lip creams and their, what are the full-on lip polishes. They tingle, so they plump up your lips. They're so glossy and gorgeous. They have some beautiful colors. I have two little mini guys that I've had for a while and still going strong, and then I have a full size. For my lip liner favorite, this one, I don't always wear lip liner. I do if I'm doing a bolder lip, that kind of thing. But I've used this more than anything. It is the Milani Color Statement Lip, you know, their lip liners, the pencils, and it is in the shade Nude 03. I just find this one is my natural lip color, you know, it gets close to it. There it is right there. Even though these are pencils, they're so creamy and they glide on. They don't tug at the lips. They don't look dry on the edges. Do you know what I mean? Some of them just look gross when you use them, and they're inexpensive. This color is so pretty. Next category up is eyeshadow palette, and this one had to go to Lorac because I love all their palettes, so it really didn't matter which one, whether it's the, oh, that's flipped, whether it's the most recent one, the third one, I love it. Where it's the first one, even I have the second one too. I love these palettes. These are definitely my favorite. I love the first and the third the most, but either one of these I could just have forever, and this is all I would need. Lorac Pro, always and forever, will love these palettes. Let's do brows. Brows here, NYX. Had to go to NYX. I have a lot of other alternatives, but I always go back to this. I think I've repurchased this like 3 times. So the micro brow pencil in ash brown is my color. Okay, so my camera just died. Sunny's freaking out right now, just squawking up a storm. There's a lot of chaos, so want to wrap this video up. Let me get to the eyeliner of my choice. It is from ColourPop. It is the Kathleen Lights and ColourPop collab. This was a recent one that she did, and she created Mr. Bing from their cream gel liner, and I love this formula. There's a lot of great liners that I love, like there's a Marc Jacobs one that's awesome, but this one is affordable. It's creamy, it doesn't irritate my eyes, and I think most of all, this is the brown that I've been looking for forever. I can never find a brown that is warm. Everything is more of like a cooler tone brown, and this brown is perfect. It's right there. It's just like a true like chocolate with like a reddish tone to it. Setting spray, and I have this little sample in front of me, but I've always had the big ones. I just happen to only have the little guy right now. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is such a great setting spray. They do have other ones, but for my skin, I think this is the best. It feels really refreshing on the skin. It just kind of sets powder down, so everything doesn't look too powdery if maybe you're going for an all matte look. It just gives this awesome feeling on the skin, and it lasts so long. It doesn't make me itchy. Sometimes I don't know if there's ingredients that are in certain setting sprays that kind of make me feel itchy, and this one doesn't. And the last one is a perfume, and I don't often wear perfume, to be honest, unless I'm going somewhere, but for every day I don't always put a perfume on. But one that I keep in my purse, I actually have it in my purse now, and this is the second one that I have in my little vanity here, is from the brand Nest, and it's the fragrance Indigo. They're so good. I love this brand. It smells delicious, and it's not too strong and overpowering, but it's got a little bit of warmth to it, and it feels a little like feminine, you know, and masculine at the same time. And I think that was it. That was a lot of fun. I feel like it was just kind of like a huge favorites video, and definitely like doing these tags. I'll have to do some more. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. And of course, I tag all of you, whoever's watching, if you have a YouTube channel and you want to do this tag. And I didn't get tagged specifically, but I don't think it really matters. We're all here to kind of share our thoughts, and I think it's fun, so just go ahead and do it if you want. Let me know in the comments below if you do decide to do this tag on your channel, because I definitely want to check it out. I'm always interested in seeing everybody's videos and supporting and networking and that kind of thing. It's a lot of fun, and I think it's a great environment. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, you know where that button lives. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Okay, so I am back for final thoughts here. I've had this mascara and eyeliner on for about 7 hours now, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the mascara first. So when applying it, one coat was not enough for me personally.